All right, now, when a kid starts going off, and you get a long litany of things, and you're trying to use MVE, it's okay to ask them to slow down and say one thing at a time so that you can really hear it.
Can you just repeat the last thing? Like, what I heard you say is you'd like me to go fuck myself.
I heard you say a lot of things, and the last thing I heard you say is go fuck yourself. Now, what makes sense to, and yes.
Okay.
And it's like, well, you only listen to half of what I say. Then you're like, thank God, I got it. Okay, what I hear you say is I only listen to half of what you say. What makes sense to me about that is sometimes
It was actually just a 10.
Sometimes I stop listening to you. No, you can't say
Yeah.
that. Actually, what makes sense to me about that is sometimes I stop listening to you and you notice. That validation piece is validating their experience. We do this. We do this validation, we do this mirror because it simply says, and we repeat it, we validate it, we empathize with it, this is why. Is because a lot of the strife in a teenager is not feeling seen, not feeling heard, no one agrees with me and no one understands me. In addition to this, or if these are our actions, I see you, I hear you, I see you, I hear you, I agree with you from your perspective, not I agree with you, but what makes sense to me about that is if I actually sit here and look at this, I go, oh, now I see what you're seeing. That makes sense why you would think that, because now I can think that too, now that I've dumbed myself down to your level, you moron! No. But if we're saying, I see you, I hear you, I agree with you, I understand you, we're actually solving a core belief, a trauma that's taking place, especially with adopted kids, which is this. Primal wound trauma begins that question at an extremely young age. Do I even exist? What is that line in Fight Club where he says, if our fathers are our image of God and our fathers have rejected us, then we must come to the conclusion that God does not like us and didn't want us. So do we even exist? And the whole point about Fight Club was the only way men could feel like they were actually affecting the world was by the stuff they had in their house. And so he blew it up. And then he went out and he started blowing other things up. And yes, that's the barbarian affect, effect, infect. But at least it meant he existed. And so we're doing this, we're validating them and we're empathizing with them because we are saying, you exist. All she was trying to do is say, does anybody see me? Am I here? Does anybody fucking notice that I'm alive? Because now he doesn't. So now you can't. Now you can't deny me. Oh, what a powerful statement that was in that moment that got her suspended. She was noticed. Now she knows she's alive, at least for that one moment. And for that adoption piece, when the primal parent is missing, this is the question you walk around with. And no matter how much you love and how much you give, you will never be able to answer that question. That's the hole that you cannot fill in for them. And our first conversation was, it's not even supposed to be filled in. But we're trying to fill it in for them. This is just an opportunity to say, this is happening. And it's happening because you're real. You exist, daughter. We see you.